Welcome to Blue Grotto Dive Resort, where today I'll be scuba diving in this beautiful freshwater spring. This underwater cave has many nooks and crannies to explore, but we'll focus on three main things during the dive: examining the incredible geology of the upper cavern, visiting the unique underwater air bell, a sort of reverse fish tank, and searching for Virgil, Blue Grotto's famous resident softshell turtle. Blue Grotto is located in Williston, Florida, about 45 minutes southwest of Gainesville, and just a stone's throw from Devil's Den, where we visited on a previous outing, and I'll link to that video at the end in case you missed it, as that's also an amazing site to check out. You enter Blue Grotto by driving down a sleepy country road. Perhaps not what you'd expect the entrance to an incredible dive site to look like. There's a shop on site for gear rentals, and don't forget to also grab some turtle food while you're here to take down with you into the grotto. There are plenty of picnic tables to set up your dive gear, and the grotto entrance is just a short walk away. The site is set up really well for divers, lots of ramps and benches and space to spread out. A lot of dive training is done here, so the entrance is really well designed to accommodate large groups of novice divers to get down to the entrance and into and out of the water as easily as possible. The floating platform is where you'll prepare to enter the water, and there's even a separate entrance and exit, so no traffic jams here. Alright, let's go diving. Blue Grotto is a pretty easy site to navigate, as there's one way into the cave and one way out. We headed first toward the bottom of the upper chamber to explore the rock formations and just have some fun in the dark overhead environment. I'll mention here that although I've been using the word cave, technically Blue Grotto is a cavern dive, so no special certification is needed. We did have rocks above our heads, but we were always within reach of the surface and in view of some ambient light, and that's what characterizes a cavern dive. There's a rope starting around 50 feet to guide you further into the depths, and I'm sure you've already noticed that the visibility on our dive day was not great. Water here is crystal clear, we just unfortunately had a lot of sediment kicked up into the water that day. We were still able to enjoy the beautiful white limestone rock formations though, as we casually floated through the lower part of the upper cavern. The grotto goes down to about 100 feet, although my personal max depth here was only about 70 feet. There are signs posted to stop you from going too far down and entering dangerous passages. At this depth, flashlights are essential for exploration as the ambient light becomes increasingly thin. There are some artifacts spread throughout the cavern, and we did find the Melissa the Mermaid statue as some divers below us lit her up with their lights. We also had our own mermaid-esque situation, as one of my dive buddies' hair went into complete free flow mode. Annoying for her, but kind of pretty to watch. As we ascended back up to the top of the upper cavern, enjoying the view of the ambient light streaming in from the surface, we found the infamous underwater air bell, a sort of reverse fish tank. Located at about 30 feet in depth, fresh air is pumped in so you can take out your regulator, breathe, have a chat with your buddies, and get the full reverse fish tank experience. It's very weird surfacing 30 feet underwater. Back in the open water basin, there's a large platform that was installed for dive training skills. But for us, it was our home base to try and find Virgil the turtle. At first, we just attracted a ton of fish. If you watched the Devil's Den video, where fish were scarce, Blue Grotto is the exact opposite. The fish are everywhere, and if you brought food down, as we did, they aren't shy. As entertaining as the fish were, it was Virgil we were after, and eventually she, yes, I have been told that Virgil is actually a lady turtle, emerged, and we had some fun feeding and hanging out with her. After Virgil and her fishy entourage exhausted our food supply, we headed back up to the surface. We visited Blue Grotto on a particularly chilly winter day in January, so I was very thankful for those fire pits to get some warmth back. Thanks for coming with me today to scuba dive in this amazing underwater cave. Wasn't that air bell cool? I've never seen anything else like it, such a unique thing to do on a dive. And of course, spending all that time with Virgil was lovely. If you enjoyed this video, I've gone diving at a few other freshwater cavern sites, including a couple of others in Florida, so do check out the playlist above. Freshwater cavern sites are always so unique, it's probably my favorite kind of diving. I do hope you'll also check out the channel and subscribe to join me for more future dive and land adventures. Until then, see you next time.